That's right, it's time for another person to talk about how terrible Twitter is. But I think the fact that so much people are talking about it right now kind of just shows how terrible Twitter is becoming. And this is something extremely sad, because back then Twitter used to be one of my favorite places on the internet. It was kind of like the fast food of social media, where you know it's not good for you and it's probably something that you shouldn't be eating, but you keep on doing it because it's just so good. That was basically Twitter. You could log on the app and you could see two people get inside of an internet argument talking about something that doesn't even matter at all, and it's just extremely entertaining to see, especially if you're not getting into any internet arguments. I've said this multiple times, but the best way to use Twitter is just to watch. Sit down, get some popcorn, and just see people waste their time getting into arguments for no reason. But now, I think Twitter is horrible. It is easily one of the worst places that you can go to, because when Elon ended up buying the app, he has just completely destroyed it. And he has done it so quickly, it's honestly impressive. This is something that has to be studied for multiple years and taught in business class how not to run a business, because it is just absolutely insane how bad it has become. Now, Twitter has multiple problems, but I think the three main problems that have just completely destroyed the app easily has to be Twitter Blue, you being able to make money from Twitter, and then also bot accounts. These three things combined into something absolutely terrible, which just ruined the app. So first, Twitter Blue. We all know what it is at this point. It is a complete waste of money, and if you buy a blue checkmark, you are just a loser. I'm sorry, there's no other way to put it. You are completely wasting your time, because no one is going to think you're important because you have a blue checkmark. Okay, you're not cool, and you're also not going to make a lot of money. I guarantee you most people who have blue checkmarks are just making a couple of pennies, but they're probably just calling themselves hustlers because, look, I made like $2 after using Twitter for like 4 months. That means I'm extremely cool. I'm hustling. No, you are wasting your time and no one cares about your tweet, okay? You are not important because you bought a blue checkmark. And plus, with Twitter Blue, it ended up adding one of the worst features where if you have a blue checkmark, you are automatically forced up to the top of every single tweet, which that is something that I'm going to talk about later. Next is monetization. If you have Twitter Blue, you can actually make money with Twitter. And that is something that everyone knew was going to be an extremely bad idea. Because of that, we knew for a fact that people will just be saying the most craziest things just so they can get a bunch of engagement so they can go and make money, which shocked absolutely no one. That is something that's happening. A good example is just any single gimmick account that exists. Now, instead of actually following their gimmick, they spend most of their time posting the most unfunniest memes just so they can go and get as much engagement as possible. The main reason why it's probably getting so much engagement isn't because humans are actually looking at it, it's most likely because it's filled to the brim with a bunch of bots, which is the biggest problem that is plaguing Twitter. Twitter has a massive bot problem, which is something extremely funny and really ironic because Elon Musk, when he first ended up buying Twitter, one thing that I ended up talking about was saying things like, Twitter Blue is going to stop the bot problems, and Twitter has so much bots on it, but we are going to come together and stop it. But he has done the complete opposite, where all of his ideas that he came up with to stop bots have literally just made it worse. If you look at the reply of any tweet, the tweet doesn't even have to be extremely popular, it will be filled to the brim with just a bunch of bots everywhere talking about random things. The two most type of bots that you will see are one, bots trying to disguise as like an average person. Like they'll just have a random picture of someone as their profile picture, and they'll have like a really generic name like John, and they'll just say the most AI generated dialogue. And the reason why it sounds like that is because their dialogue is AI generated, because they are a bot. Or number two, OF bots, which are just plaguing Twitter so badly. And it literally doesn't matter where you go, they are going to be everywhere. One account that I like to use as an example for how bad bots has become on Twitter is the official Pokemon account. Because if you check the replies of their tweets that become extremely popular, it is insane. this tweet right here easily have to have some of the worst bots I've ever seen in my whole life. Because I was able to find something like this. Just one bot going absolutely insane. He's probably glitching right now. And he is just saying just the most generic things over and over again. And when this tweet was trending, every time when you reset, he keeps on posting more things. Even if you go a little bit further on that tweet, you have stuff like this, where it's just a bot clearly just recycling the same sentence over and over again, talking about the Pokemon. And also, a lot of these bots are just straight up promoting scams. Like, something that you can easily do is, if you see a bot promoting something, copy and paste all of the dialogue, search it on Twitter, and you will see, no jokes, thousands of bots saying the same thing over and over again. And it's just completely ruining Twitter. It is everywhere. And still, let's not get over that there's a really high chance where if you look at gimmick accounts for too long, your timeline will basically just be filled to the brim with people fighting each other, or people just getting deleted, or basically just become a spicy website because it will just be filled to the brim with people showing their meat and milkers. And it is just disgusting. It is so sad to see the point that Twitter has become, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. I actually just see it continuing to get worse until the app eventually falls off, and I'm just sick of it. Either way, that's it. This is just something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.